The true power of artificial intelligence does not lie in any single tool. It lies in connecting multiple AI tools together into automated workflows that multiply your productivity by 10 times or more. This comprehensive lesson will teach you how to design, build, and deploy AI workflows that transform how you work and what you can accomplish. An AI workflow is a sequence of automated steps where the output of one AI tool feeds into the next as input for further processing. Think of it as an intelligent assembly line for digital work. Each AI component handles one part of the process, and together they produce results that would take a team of humans days or weeks to complete manually. Let me illustrate with a complete real-world example. Creating a professional YouTube video from scratch. First, ChatGPT researches the topic and generates an optimized script with timestamps for different segments. The script goes to 11 labs for voiceover generation with appropriate pacing, tone, and emphasis. The same script is analyzed by ChatGPT to generate detailed image prompts. These image prompts go to Midjourney or DALL-E to generate custom visuals for each segment of the video plus the thumbnail. All video assets then feed into a video editor like Descript or Premiere Pro, which assembles the final product with transitions and effects. The video description tags and metadata are generated by ChatGPT from the script content. Without AI, this entire process requires a writer, a voice actor, a graphic designer, a video editor, and a social media manager working for 8 to 12 hours in total. With a well-designed AI workflow, one person can complete the same task in 30 to 45 minutes of hands-on time plus rendering time. This 5 to 10 times productivity multiplier is the real promise of AI automation. No-code workflow platforms like Zapier and Make, formerly Integromat, enable anyone to build powerful automations without writing any programming code. You connect different applications using triggers and actions. When an event happens in one application, it automatically triggers actions in connected applications, creating seamless automated processes. A practical example of no-code automation for business. When a new email arrives in your support inbox, an AI analyzes the content and determines the sentiment, urgency, and category. Depending on the analysis, it either drafts a response for your approval or routes the email to the appropriate team member. This happens automatically within seconds of the email arriving. For more complex requirements, Python is the preferred programming language for building custom AI workflows. The OpenAI API, Anthropic API, various image generation APIs, and data processing libraries give you complete programmatic control. You can build custom pipelines that handle hundreds of tasks per hour with sophisticated logic, error handling, and logging. Identifying automation opportunities is a skill you develop with practice. Look at your weekly routine and identify tasks that are repetitive, rule-based, and time-consuming. These are your best automation candidates. Map out each step of the process. Identify which steps require human judgment and which are purely mechanical. Automate the mechanical steps first. Starting your automation journey begins with one simple workflow that solves a real problem you face regularly. An email summarization system for your inbox. An automated social media poster for your content calendar. A daily news briefing generated by AI and delivered to your inbox. The skills, patterns, and confidence you gain from building one workflow transfer directly to every subsequent automation you create. Start with one simple workflow this week. Choose a task you do regularly that takes at least 15 minutes each time and follow a predictable pattern. An email summarization system for your inbox. An automated social media poster for your content calendar. A daily news briefing generated by AI each morning. The skills and patterns you learn from building one workflow transfer directly to every subsequent automation you create. Data flow is the backbone of any workflow, connecting different tools and ensuring information moves correctly between them. A CSV file from your analytics platform feeds into ChatGPT for analysis and insight generation. The analysis goes into Google Sheets for visualization and sharing. The visualization gets automatically posted to Slack for the team to review. Each transformation must be explicitly designed and tested. Error handling separates professional, reliable workflows from fragile experiments that break when something unexpected happens. Plan for API failures, network timeouts, unexpected data formats, and rate limit exceeded errors. Implement retry logic with exponential backoff. Add validation checkpoints that verify output quality before proceeding to the next step. Configure alerts that notify you immediately when something fails. Monitoring and observability become increasingly essential as your workflows scale to handle more volume and importance. Track key metrics including success rates, processing times, error frequencies, and cost per operation. Build dashboards that give you real-time visibility into workflow health. When a workflow processes thousands of items daily, even a 1% error rate becomes significant and needs attention. Version control for workflows prevents disasters when changes break existing functionality. Maintain a clear history of every change you make to your workflows. Test modifications in a separate staging environment before deploying to production systems. Document what each workflow does, what inputs it expects, what outputs it produces, and known edge cases and limitations. Scheduled workflows handle recurring processes automatically without any manual intervention needed. A daily briefing runs every morning at 6 a.m. to summarize overnight news and email. A weekly report generator runs every Friday at 5 p.m. to compile team metrics and achievements. A monthly billing workflow processes all invoices on the first of each month without anyone needing to remember. Conditional logic makes workflows intelligent and adaptive to different situations automatically. If email sentiment analysis returns negative, escalate to senior support staff immediately. If a support ticket contains billing keywords, route to the finance team. If social media engagement exceeds a threshold, generate and schedule a follow-up post. These conditions create smart automations that respond appropriately to different situations. The compound effect of automation is truly remarkable and adds up over time. Saving 30 minutes per day on 5 different tasks recovers over 50 hours per month of productive time. That is an entire extra work week every single month. Over 12 months you reclaim 3 months of time that would have been spent on repetitive tasks. These savings compound across every additional workflow you build. The businesses that will dominate the coming decade are not the ones with the most employees or the largest budgets. They are the ones with the best designed AI workflows, giving them the greatest leverage. One skilled person with excellent AI systems can outperform a team of 20 people working without any AI assistance. This is the fundamental competitive advantage of the AI era. The key principle to remember as you build your workflow automation practice is simple but profound. Automate everything you can. Augment what you cannot fully automate. And always keep human judgment involved for critical strategic and ethical decisions. AI handles the routine processing at machine speed and scale. You provide the strategic direction, creative vision, and quality oversight. The strategic importance of AI workflows for business competitiveness cannot be overstated. Companies that systematically integrate AI into their operations gain advantages in speed, cost, quality, and scale that competitors without AI cannot match. This advantage compounds over time as the AI systems learn from more data and the organization builds more sophisticated workflows. The human element in workflow design is as important as the technical implementation. Successful workflows consider the human experience of the people who interact with the system. Does the workflow provide appropriate notifications and visibility? Does it handle exceptions gracefully with human oversight? Does it make people's jobs easier rather than adding complexity to their work? Building trust in automated workflows takes time and careful design. Start by having the workflow suggest actions rather than taking them automatically. Review and approve its suggestions. Gradually increase autonomy as you build confidence in the system's reliability. Maintain override capabilities so humans can always intervene when the system makes mistakes or encounters unusual situations. Documentation is the most underrated element of successful workflow automation. Document what each workflow does, why it was created, what decisions were made during its design, and what assumptions it relies on. Include troubleshooting guides for common failures. This documentation is invaluable when you need to modify the workflow months later or when someone else needs to understand your system. The economics of AI workflow automation are compelling. The cost of API calls for most AI services is measured in cents or fractions of cents per request. The time saved per automation is measured in minutes or hours per occurrence. Even modest automations that save 5 minutes per day produce significant value over a year, amounting to dozens of hours of recovered time. Edge cases are the most common source of workflow failures and deserve special attention during design. What happens when input data is empty or malformed? What happens when an API returns an unexpected error? What happens when a step times out? What happens when the AI output cannot be parsed as expected? Proactively handling these edge cases makes your workflow robust and reliable. The scalability of AI workflows from personal to team to enterprise use requires different architecture at each level. Personal workflows can run on a single machine with simple scripts. Team workflows need shared state access controls and audit logging. Enterprise workflows require high availability disaster recovery compliance and integration with existing enterprise systems. The most advanced AI workflows incorporate feedback loops where the output quality improves over time. User feedback on AI-generated content is captured and used to refine future outputs. Successful patterns are reinforced. Unsuccessful ones are adjusted. This creates a continuously improving system that gets better the more it is used. Security considerations for AI workflows include protecting API keys from exposure, validating inputs to prevent injection attacks, encrypting sensitive data in transit and at rest, and implementing proper access controls. A compromised workflow can expose sensitive data or be used to perform unauthorized actions. Security should be considered from the start, not added later. The future of AI workflows points toward fully autonomous AI agents that can plan and execute complex multi-step tasks with minimal human supervision. These agents will understand goals in natural language, break them down into subtasks, select and use appropriate tools, and adapt their approach based on results. The workflows you build today are training you for this future. Template-based workflows handle recurring tasks with consistent structure and quality. Create a template for your weekly newsletter that includes placeholders for the date, topic, featured article, and call to action. Fill in the template each week with fresh content generated by AI. This combines the efficiency of automation with the freshness of AI-generated content tailored to current events. Multi-step approval workflows are essential for business applications where quality control matters. The AI generates a first draft. A human reviewer approves or requests changes. The AI incorporates feedback and regenerates. The final version is published or sent. This human-in-the-loop approach combines AI speed with human judgment for the best possible results. The integration of AI workflows with existing business systems requires careful planning and testing. Map out how data flows between systems. Identify where AI can add value. Test each integration point thoroughly before deploying to production. Monitor the integrated system closely after deployment to catch any issues early before they impact business operations. The most successful AI workflow implementations start small and expand gradually. Automate one task completely before moving to the next. Learn from each implementation. Document what worked and what did not. Build your expertise and confidence step by step. This incremental approach produces better long-term results than attempting to automate everything at once. The skills you develop building AI workflows are among the most valuable in the modern economy. The ability to identify automation opportunities, design efficient processes, and implement reliable systems is increasingly rare and increasingly valuable. Every workflow you build adds to your expertise and your professional value in an AI-transformed job market. The most important metric for any automated workflow is return on time invested. Calculate how much time the workflow saves per occurrence and how often it runs. Compare this to the time required to build and maintain it. Even modest workflows that save a few minutes per day generate significant returns over months and years. Focus your automation efforts where the time savings are greatest. AI workflows create a virtuous cycle of improvement over time. As you automate more tasks, you free up time to build more sophisticated automations. Each automation teaches you patterns and techniques that make the next one faster to build. Your collection of reusable components grows, making each subsequent workflow cheaper and faster to deploy. The distinction between deterministic and probabilistic automation is important for reliability. Deterministic steps like data transformations and conditional routing always produce the same output for the same input. Probabilistic steps like AI content generation can produce different outputs each time. Design your workflows to handle this variability through verification steps and quality checks after probabilistic operations. Organizational adoption of AI workflows requires attention to change management. People may be resistant to automation that changes their familiar routines. Communicate the benefits clearly, focusing on how automation removes tedious work rather than how it replaces human roles. Involve team members in designing workflows that affect their work. Provide training and support during the transition period. The ultimate goal of AI workflow automation is not to eliminate human work but to elevate it. By automating routine repetitive tasks, you free human creativity and judgment for higher value activities that AI cannot perform. Strategic thinking, creative direction, relationship building, and ethical judgment remain uniquely human strengths that become more valuable as routine work